start the season and not have a letdown immediately. If you got to fight against that, they've got to come out ready to play.
Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Rams set to go to work on offense, and they're led by a man who topped the 50,000-yard mark in passing for his career a season ago. In year 15 now, here's Matthew Stafford.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Stafford's throw here hauled in by Cup. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers a week ago for Cup. 7 catches, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Cup once again. And Cup going to pick up a Rams first down as they get this out past the 35-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. To the air again, Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
You look at this Niner defense.
Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And from analyzing them and talking with their defensive coordinator, we know they have a full playbook. So look for them to mix up coverages, pressure one play, fall back the next. They'll do a lot of different things trying to confuse the offense.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Throwing is Stafford. They'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
Nick Bosa, Defensive Player of the Year, in on the tackle. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford.
Man open is Robinson. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Stafford.
Connecting with Cup here on the out route.
Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Rams get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. after the touchdown. Here's Crosby to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get...
Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they're trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. You look at this Niner defense. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Fourth down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. Second and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Purdy now to throw.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On fourth down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football. Take it at the 37. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
L.A. readies for its next possession. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. He's got room at the 30. Still on his feet. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. 10-0 the score after one. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a first and goal. They'll run here with Akers. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers, his first touchdown of the new season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. 11 yards for number 11.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately.
Here's Purdy. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw into the hands of Henry here. He's got room to roam.
And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards. Give to the fullback. This is Juan. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal. Now it's Stafford. And it's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Akers will score. Touchdown, L.A. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So third down, and defensively the Rams have added 2 extra DBs.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away.
And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line.
So here are the Rams to take over. They're on top here as they come up on a 1st and 10, trying to make amends for that lost week at the hands of Seattle. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. 46 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
A nice carry by Akers, and what a journey it was for him last season. Coming off of injury, away from the team for a while, he did come back later in the season and led them with almost 800 yards. Still scratching the surface of what he can do. He can be a dynamic presence on the field.
The tackle by Eric Armstead.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's a run with Akers on second down.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Stafford's pass complete. He's got Kupp.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. From the gun, here's Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson.
Well, the Rams are going to have it 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and
this is caught. It's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for 2nd and goal. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Again, it's Stafford. And it's caught.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Crosby is good.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And some room to run now.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Throwing here, Purdy. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see.
There he goes, left side.
Now he's loose at the 40.
And finally brought down at the 38.
113 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now Stafford. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Stafford.
Across the middle, he finds Robinson.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Stafford going to give this to Akers.
Shoves him aside. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Cam Akers, his third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Rams just continue to roll. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Back to throw, Purdy. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took a win.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Now hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
On 1st and 10, Stafford.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 8.
59!
Here's Stafford.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Stafford. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
2nd and 5 from the 8. A give up the middle to Akers.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Cam Akers with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Rams will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL Back now in Los Angeles. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Now on first down, it's Purdy. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 23 yards the pick up there. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
25 yards.
And the Niners are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Moody good with the extra point.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive. And there's the running back, Cam Akers.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now third down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Open man is Juwan Jennings.
First target, first catch at a 1st down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Purdy.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
This is fielded at the 27. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much running the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
Isaiah Oliver there on the tackle. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 5. Going right back to Akers. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 190 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
On the give, this is Akers.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Fred Warner, the all-pro linebacker, there on the stop.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
On the handoff, it's Akers. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
They'll run here with Akers.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Los Angeles, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.